The McElroy brothers are not experts, and their advice should never be followed. Travis insists he's a sexpert, but if there's a degree on his wall, I haven't seen it. Also, this show isn't for kids, which I mention only so the babies out there will know how cool they are for listening. What's up, you cool baby?
It's familiar, but not too familiar, but not too not familiar. It's a new craze. Hey, good girls, do you wanna just say, hey, I wanna? Just say, hey, I wanna.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to My Brother and Me, a advice show for the modern era. I'm your babyest brother, Griffin McElroy.
I'm your middleest brother, Travis McElroy.
Are you ready for some football? Hey guys, it's me. It's
Football, Bobcat Goldthwait?
No, mine. It's me. It's Bocephus. Hank Williams Jr.
Hank Williams Jr.
It's me, Hank Williams Jr.
Hank Williams, quote, Bocephus Jr.
Bocephus too. Henry to my friends. Are you ready for some football?
How many names do you have?
I'm very worried about you, Mr. Williams. You sound like you're coming down with something. Have you been inhaling sulfur?
I am coming down with something. I'm coming down with football fever. Are you ready for some football?
Is it
It's gonna be a party.
Mr. Williams, could you explain to Justin that he still has to record an hour-long show after this? So he shouldn't fry his voice if he were doing anything.
Listen, it's Super Bowl Sunday. Let me sing my fucking song. Are you ready for 2, 3, 4? Are you ready for some football?
Bocephus, to put this in terms that you
just
can...
once. Can I get through the fucking song?
I just want to warn you that just in football terminology, this is just like the beginning of the first inning, and you don't want to blow out your treasure.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. Are you ready for some football?
Why do you sound like Animal?
You know, I can stop doing the fucking voice a lot quicker if you let me get through my goddamn song once. Just once.
Will you get him next time, Gadget?
Are you ready for some football? It's gonna be a party. Gotta toss the gridiron around. Make sure everybody touches it. Because if all of your players don't touch the ball, then you're never going to win the game.
Yeah. Everybody get it. What are we doing for this play, Peyton Manning? Well, I think we're just going to sort of pass the ball around and just sort of make sure everybody gets a hand on it, or else the score won't count. If everybody...
I would say that would be an awesome trick play if they all just formed around the ball, right? Everybody had a hand on it, and it was just like a wheel, extending out from the ball. And as people tried to dive, they're just like bouncing off the backs of all the players. Like, we can't even get to the ball.
We can't do it.
What's Peyton doing? And this is genius.
Listen, you guys are having a lot of fun, but I got an embarrassing confession. What? I do not, even on a surface level, understand the rules of football.
Yeah. Well,
not even a passing.
So the answer to "Are you ready for some football?" is because I am not.
Categorically,
I'm not prepared for football whatsoever. Here's a fun fact. Can I tell you a fun fact?
Please.
For about a week while I was writing it, that song had a reference to hitting the net. Because my banjo player was having some fun with me. His name was Dan Joe.
Danjo.
Danjo, the banjo player.
Banjo player was his name.
Was the net in reference
to good man. He was a good man, though.
When the kicker warms up, I guess he kicks into a net. Is that what it was in reference to?
I had to let Danjo go in the mid-2000s. He got the arthritis.
Yeah, you can't.
Sorry. What was the question? What was your question about the touchdown?
I was just wondering how one passes the gridiron around.
Well, you just laces out.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Bocephus. Great.
What's up, man? Are you ready?
Yeah, man, I wish you had been here last week when we decided that was going to be our football episode, and that next week we would have to come up with something clever and original. But
my agent was supposed to get me on that one, and he dropped the ball so bad. My agent is Dan Joe Player. I had to find a place for him in the organization after the arthritis.
Did he drop the ball because of the arthritis?
You can't type an email worth a goddamn.
Man, arthritis has
his
really
thing.
sort of ravaged your life, huh?
It's been,
That-
it is.
That ugly disease has really sort of turned your whole career around.
Well, Dan Joe's career, and by extension mine, he's such a key player. You know, it's the thing.
Hank, be honest with me. Is Danjo Player your Chris Gaines?
Please, Henry, we're friends.
Wait, you want a more formal name because we're friends? Please, my nickname is for business acquaintances.
It's Henronicus, please. Henronicus Bocephus Williams Jr., the third. Bocephus, thanks for stopping by the show. Sorry that your life is so miserable
That flew by, man.
because
This
of
is
the
the highlight
arthritis.
of my week. I can't believe we're done already.
I just don't think you deserve the plight that the hand you've been dealt. But you know, sometimes
Yeah.
that's just how it goes.
You gotta
listen,
know when
guys.
to hold them, know when to fold them, right? Right, Bocephus?
Is that a
Love
football
song.
reference? I don't understand the rule. Is there folding?
Yes.
Can you fold?
If you're hit hard enough.
If you're hit hard enough, you almost certainly will.
Well, listen, guys, this has been a real treat. Want to ask everybody to get out to iTunes and get my new CD, Hank on Hank. And
Hank
It's a
on
spoken
Hank.
word album, I believe.
it's a spoken word album where I just recount. It's just stories from the road,
Yeah,
set to music. my music.
arthritic stories essentially is what we're dealing with.
Listen, I gotta roll, but you guys have been so awesome. Country Boy Can't Survive. South's gonna rise again.
Okay, you're fading away. It sounds like a little bit.
Listen, it's been a great run, everybody.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
thank you.
Are
Feel-
you ready for some football?
Feel better.
Monday night party.
And there he goes off into the
He
sunset.
does know the
Boy,
Super Bowl's on Sunday, right?
yeah, Travis, will you text Justin and just like make sure that he can stop by for like any part of the episode?
I'm
Hank,
really afraid that Hank
sorry.
Williams killed Justin.
Sorry, guys. Hank Williams had me locked up in his rock and roll trunk, is what he called it.
What else was in there?
In there?
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna sound weird.
Yeah.
But there was a corpse of a man who looked like an arthritic banjo player. Mm-hmm. Which sounds weird to me. I don't know how I knew that.
Well, maybe I'll tell you all about it when you're older.
Okay. I'll be happy to do that. I'm Justin McElroy. I'm the oldest brother.
Hi.
Did you say it's a show about the modern era and all that stuff?
Yeah, I did that shit at the beginning.
Are you ready to start recording? Or
Yeah, let's do the count to sync up, and we'll just sort of roll from there.
okay. Hey everybody, it's Justin McElroy. It's my brother, and me. Let's skip the introductions this week. I feel froggy. Let's jump right into the advice.
Do you feel froggy because you just spoke like fucking Yoda for like 6 minutes?
Oh, you mean Hank Williams Jr.? No, I'm a different person from him. But how's your object permanence?
It's not good. It's bad. Yeah, I closed the webcam window in Skype, and then suddenly the two of you didn't exist anymore.
I slipped and fell on the ice a few weeks ago and hurt my wrist. Ever since then, it hurts to shake hands with people.
My banjo career is over. Also, I'm a corpse. I'm a corpse in a box. Help.
Do you have any recommendations for ways I can avoid shaking hands until it gets better without having to tell them the whole story? That's from Shaken Up in Philadelphia.
Why are you afraid to tell people that story? That's not an embarrassing story. I mean, it's if people saw it, it's embarrassing, but that's not like you didn't slip and fall on the ice because you were distracted because you were jerking it. I'm assuming
It wasn't like you hurt your wrist because you wiped your butt at a weird angle.
that would actually be a very embarrassing story. What if you did that? What if you were wiping and just snap? No,
Not like this.
Not again.
what do you even do? You can't use the other hand.
Could you put on an air cast and wear that everywhere so people go to shake your hand, you just kind of, this thing, and then point to it with your head, you're like, this. Can't shake. This,
No shaking.
You know how it goes.
This is one of many, many social problems that could be fixed if we Americans would just sort of adopt the beautiful practice of face kissing upon greeting.
Or just a light bow.
Yeah,
It's a
sure.
nice, like-
But, it's 2015. It's time to start doing things in the Japanese style. You know, that's my jam. So I think maybe it's time to fold them when you meet somebody. No need to.
Oh, you got to know when to hold them, and you got to know when to fold them. You got to know when to hold a hand,
there's a Japanese tradition that you learn if you're in the games industry that when someone hands you a business card or a card of any sort, you should accept with two hands, and it's a very big deal. And I know this.
You spent 15 minutes reading it and admiring the lettering.
And then, but last week, I was purchasing some carryout order at a local Japanese establishment, and the woman behind the counter took my card with both hands, and I felt so angry that I was not able to put my one area of cultural literacy to practice. Like, can you imagine how fucking impressed she would have been if I'd handed it to her with two hands? She would have been like, wow.
What did you do? You just sort of like fucking slid it across the table?
I flipped it at her head. No, I just kind of, you know how you do? Almost embarrassed that you don't have cash.
Yeah.
Here, this. I'm sorry.
I'm the worst.
I'm the worst.
Yeah, bow, I think. Or salute. There's all kinds of options. Don't feel like your hands are tied. Because that would probably hurt too.
I gotta say, if someone extends their hands for a handshake and then you salute, they are going to have you in prison.
What if you do all of them?
Could you just say something like, I've been sick, I shouldn't. Like, then you don't have to tell the whole story. You don't just shake their hand.
Let me hit you with this. They hold out their hand. They hold out their hand. Mm-hmm. You salute.
Then they hold out your hand.
Nope. You salute and you bow, and while you're down there, you kiss their hand.
That's an option.
Listen, America's a melting pot.
Not in like the regal sense where you like take it and you kiss the ring or whatever. You just sort of kiss the top of their extended palm.
The problem here is the conversation that follows. I would shake, but I fell and hurt my hand, and it really hurts to shake. So you broke it? No, I just kind of
ouchied it.
I kind of ouchied it. I stoved it, to use that colloquialism. I stoved it, kind of an ouchie, and now I can't. Oh,
when they reach out to say, like, no, I shouldn't, I just farted on my hand.
No, I don't think that would be like 100 times worse. Way worse. I think you'd just be upfront and just say that you made a booboonanny while you were walking on the street. I
made a whoopsie daisy.
It's February. Shit's slick out there. People be making boo-boo-nannies all the time. 24/7 boo-boo-nannies.
I made a boom boom on the street across from here.
That's a different thing.
Again, another bad thing. Boo-boo-nanny is
boom boom bad?
Boom boom means you pooped on the street.
Yeah, it means you pooped on the street. Why aren't you guys helping me get boo-boo-nanny started?
Because it sounds like a terrible TLC reality show.
I'm trying to fucking pollinate our listeners' brain fields with Booboonanny to try and get it going for when people make a whoopsie daisy.
I was distracted because I was actually filing the trademark paperwork on Booboonanny to make sure
I was pitching it
into it.
I was pitching it to E.
It's a good word. Do you guys want a Yahoo?
I need to check booboonanny.com super quick though.
Okay. How are you spelling it? Like phonetic?
Booboonany.
Okay, imagine this. Honey Boo Boo, right? She needs a babysitter. You get a super rich woman who's a little bit like she's been tossed out by her parents, so she needs the money because she's never had to get a job before. So she's the boo-boo nanny.
Yeah. That young woman's television career is over. Do you guys want a Yahoo, though?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you do me one favor really quick and just take your game and then recognize this game from Rachel Sperling? Thank you, Rachel Sperling.
Oh, I know that game.
It's by Yahoo Answers user Steve, who asks, if you had the chance to go to Bedrock and live in a cartoon world but could not come back, would you do it? Update, and of course you would be animated cartoon character as well, maybe a friend of the Flintstones, and maybe not. Well,
hold on.
Okay. All right.
What kind of world are you pitching where basically you have to go live in a cartoon caveman era and also you don't know the Flint, so you're not really on the show? It just strikes me that there's so many bitter, like, animated worlds to want to be a part of, like the Jetsons.
That's why I proposed this question. I mean, let's respect the source material. With Bedrock, would I leave my entire life? Would I leave my wife behind and my house and my cat and my group of friends here in Austin to go live in fucking Bedrock? No.
To what
Absolutely
end?
not.
To what end?
I will say, whenever I see the intro and he gets that like giant ass rack of dinosaur ribs to watch the drive-in movie, I always think like I would. Oh my god, I would fuck those ribs up. But I don't think that I would love those ribs the way that I love my my wife.
I think we can all agree that those giant ribs are the only plus of living in Bedrock. Other than that, you have animals running your sink, your vacuum cleaner, your lamps.
Oh, and also one thing that you forgot, Travis, is that there's fucking dinosaurs everywhere.
Yeah.
Including in your home.
In your home.
Oh, you've got to push your car around with your fucking feet.
And even if they don't bite you, the smell probably isn't great. That's something that people don't like think about when we watch the new Jurassic World trailer. It's like, oh, Chris Pratt, I love that guy. Oh, and he's running with some velociraptors. I bet that's fun. Yeah, but think about it. Those things probably smell like shit.
Yeah.
T-Rex with those arms, he's not cleaning himself. He does not have a good clean. His from the tail to his tummy, that whole region is going to stink horrifically.
Have you guys thought about the fact that like their cars are made out of fucking rocks, and so if you put like 4 like adults into that car probably weighs like 5 tons, and you're pushing it with your feet. That's the worst.
Yeah.
You might as well walk at that point.
Yeah.
Like, forget about the dinosaurs. Can you talk about the fact that you're giving up your entire life to a world where like they can't even treat disease?
Yeah, they can't.
It's like, yabba dabba, I have chicken pox, I'm gonna die.
Bye. That's it. And now we all have chicken pox. Later.
Oh, P.S. We all have chicken pox.
What's never made explicitly clear is that on the show, Fred
By the way,
and
Christ
Wilma,
hasn't come to Earth yet, so I'm going to go to hell. Cool.
Where are the scenes where Fred's sacrificing something to their pagan god Baal? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
And what they don't show is that on the show, Fred and Wilma and Barney, all of them are 12 because the life expectancy is like 15.
Quick question before
It says not applicable.
Quick question. Is the world of Bedrock... Mm-hmm. Does anybody know where I'm going with this already?
No.
Is it part of the extended universe of the Dinosaurs television show?
I cannot imagine that dinosaurs and humans were coexisting. In either like in the dinosaurs fiction where they had become sentient and flannel wearing. Yeah. I cannot imagine humans were also in the mix.
I'm going to throw something else into the mix. You ready for this?
Sure.
This is canon because this is from the theme song. What if there was an episode, a deleted, lost episode, where Fred climbed out of the valley that they lived in to discover it was like the year 1998? Because here's the thing, you guys. They're a modern Stone Age family. A modern Stone Age family. So they're living in this like valley of lost time, right? But it's all set. Now, that's how they have like record players. Like, because they didn't have record players back then, the only way that would work is if that was modern day, they were just all living like, a fucking village lifestyle where they were all with dinosaurs and everything. Think about it.
Are you saying that if you zoomed out of the Flintstones,
that's what
you
he's
would
saying.
see the modern world surrowning it? They've been in the bubble this whole time?
And then zoom
they're
out
like in
further.
the middle of like Utah, like a Utah desert.
Occasionally, modern people with modern technology like hover within range of the bubble, and they'd see it and try to replicate it out of stone, and then they'd get like what you don't see in every scene of the Flintstones. Like for the record player, they use it, and then they get furious because it doesn't work because it might as well be made out of Play-Doh because it's rocks, and they smash it on the ground, furious.
Oh,
Why
what
were
they don't
born
show
in
is
the
it's like a
bubble?
Truman Show like thing, right? Where they've been given this, and it's like almost like when they make enclosures for like gorillas, and they're like, we're going to try to replicate what their real lives would have been like. But like these people don't know what ancient times would have been like, so they're like, they would have like stone record players. That'd be crazy, right?
No,
and they'd have like
it wouldn't
stone
work.
cars.
Bam Bam goes to the corner store to buy some rolling papers, and he hands the cashier some clams. And the cashier's like, thanks. And then Bam Bam leaves, and the cashier's like, wait, these are clams. Why is this our currency? Like, why have we attached any value to clams? What the fuck? We eat these.
But then
This
he's
is
dragged
dumb.
away. He's dragged away by the producers.
And there's a finite amount of water in the bubble, of course,
For sure.
obviously. So they all know
fuck.
they have about 5 years.
Oh, fuck, Utopia 2. Flintstones, Utopia
It's
2.
back.
What if they could do Utopia, but the people in Utopia don't know they're in Utopia? Fuck. Come on, Fox, we could have saved that shit. So that's a definite no, would not leave life behind for Bedrock. Sorry, Wilma. Sorry, Fred. Will say, though, if I get the opportunity to pop into Pokemon Town, bye. Bye, life. See ya, Earth. Where did Griffin go? I miss him. He's my husband. Where did he go?
He's
I don't
been
know.
poke raptured.
Let's turn on WB at 9 a.m. on Saturday. Wait a minute. There he is. Kicking it with Charizard. Kicking it with Blastoise. The happiest he's ever been. What a cruel joke.
That you can't.
I can't. I love you. I love the two of you very dearly. You're my brothers, and I love this podcast we do together. I think we're helping a lot of people and changing a lot of lives, and it's brought a tremendous amount of joy in my life. I would leave it forever. To spend,
In a second.
I would do it. I would jump into Pokemon World if by jumping into Pokemon World, my human like fleshy body could only survive for a month. I would trade the rest of my life and all that entails here on Earth for one sweet month in Pallet Town. Bye, you fucks.
You'd go skydiving, you went Rocky Mountain climbing, you went 2.7 seconds on a Hitmonchan.
Oh man, I would do it because I could knock out that. I could become the very best, like no one ever was in a month, I think. And then I would,
Fade away. No, you're not gonna fade away. You're gonna burn
climb
bright.
the stage.
Yeah.
At the.
I'll never
at the
forget
Elite
when the
Four.
mysterious fleshy stranger rolled into town. He
He
was only
was
with us
weird.
for a month, but
He's three-dimensional. His team was so well balanced, though.
he was all
Eye-
squidgy
eyebrows
and
and
pinchable.
fingernails.
And then he died, which was a whole new concept for us.
And we were like, how do we bury this? What do we do with this now?
We're gonna have to form some sort of religion now just to deal with death.
No
Is he
one's
gonna-
ever died before.
Is he going to turn into a ghastly? All right, we're
Oh,
done.
Griffin's falling asleep. Dude, revive. Revive.
Let me
Revive.
take this kid to the Pokemon Center. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
I don't know. We don't have human doctors. What if in Pokemon World?
Oh boy, this is the episode now, isn't it?
medical care for Pokemon is free, but
Yeah.
humans pay out the nose.
Oh my god, it's crazy. Yeah.
Obamacare only extends to Pokemon.
Okay. No, I think we got a good 4.5 hours out of that. So let's.
Brothers, how do I shake an acquaintance who wants to escalate things to the friendship level? There's a girl at my gym who often asks me to hang out. I'm a friendly gal, but I find her a little odd, and I'm just not interested in being friends IRL. I've always made excuses and declined her invitations, but she keeps asking. I run into her a few times a week, and I'm running out of pretend stuff to do. Is there any way to give her a more permanent brush off with minimal awkwardness? I can't. I've got a thing in Portland.
Oh man, that's tricky, isn't
Man,
it?
this is tough. I think
Okay, I will say that this situation that this person is in has not happened to me for like 5 years.
Yeah.
So somewhere locked inside the codex that is my existence is the answer to this question, and we just have to Clouseau it.
Is
out.
it? Hold
Now
on, wait.
figure-
Let me see if I can crack the code. Is it because you just like stay in your house and play Destiny all day and you never
That's-
have? Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the things that helps.
I think that this is one of those frustrating things about like everybody wants to think that like they'll get the hint, and by saying like, oh, I can't, oh, I got to do this thing, and you do that like 10 times, it's like surely they know that like if I wanted to, I would have made this thing. Except that like people who ask you 10 times and you keep making excuses aren't the people who get the hint. And so one of two ways. You either need to say like, listen, my schedule's just really busy and I don't think that like I'm going to have any free time in it. Like I'm working on this new project or whatever, and I'm just going to be booked up for like ever. Or
Can I-
stop going to the gym.
Can I bounce this idea off you guys and just see how it sticks? Like, the older I get, the more I come to realize that one of the most important characteristics of a good friend, not the most important characteristic, right? You have to like get along on that special level, and you be genuinely interested in and care about each other. That's the most important thing. But the older I get, like the more important it becomes. A trait for like a friend of mine to have is to just not be a complete fucking flake. Is to actually like want to do stuff, want to spend time with me, want to like, and when we make plans, like stick with them. Like a fair sort of trade-off between who comes up with the plans, but like both of you getting excited about it and doing it. Like all of the friends that I have now are like that. They're really, really good about that actually. but I've definitely like shed some friends that didn't do that because I don't know, it's like it's the worst. So, I mean, this person wanting to spend time with you, I don't know. I think that seems like actually a pretty dope trait. And if you're uncomfortable about it, maybe you just need to get to know him better. This could be your. We could have like a Kirsten Coe and Julie Cooper situation on our hands where you don't know that you're supposed to be best friends forever, but then 4 seasons later, there you are.
But if I can counterpoint that, Griffin, like I would say that what's funny about this is if you put it in a different context and put it in like a dating context and you went on like 4 or 5 dates with someone and like you just weren't interested in taking it to the next level, or somebody was asking you out that you knew, it's way easier to say like, oh no, I don't want to go out with this person because I'm not interested in them.
But this situation has none of the baggage associated with what you just described. It's literally a person that you have had, moderate exposure to saying, hey, you seem like a cool person. I'm going to come up with plans for stuff if you want to, like, I don't know. I would
but
go
if
get a drink with this person and hang
But
out.
if you're not friend-tracted to them, like, why do it? Why, like, give them that false sense
because
of, like, oh, yeah, now we're buddies.
Friend-tracted is not a fucking thing. Like, I have friends, like, dear friends that I didn't, like, like, the first few times that we hung out, like, I just didn't, like, get to know them. And I have really good friends that I sort of thought I was sort of, like, characteristically opposed to because they're so different from the people I typically hang out with. And then, I hung out with them a few times, and not only did like we become very dear friends, but I changed. Like my perception of what people I dig on, like the people that I like to associate with, completely changed because this person changed it. Like I think the more you can sort of expose yourself to people like that, the better your life is going to be.
Well, okay, so I'll say this. I think that going out for like a drink with this person benefits you in 2 ways. One, maybe Griffin's right. Maybe you do end up like, oh, you know what? We'd only ever talked in like a gym setting, in this weird like public setting. Yeah, and it turns out that like I actually do like this. Or it puts you in the position that since you at least gave it a shot, it's way easier, especially on your conscience, to then say like, okay, I'm really busy, I can't. And you don't have to come up with elaborate things because you already gave it a shot and it wasn't great and you didn't like it. Then
why don't you just try it?
Just try it. You're not
unless she's a serial killer.
Well,
you're probably going to be fine.
Obviously, like if it's like a danger situation, then you know what you're doing. But like, I don't know. I can't imagine myself ever being in a position where like I don't want to make any more friends. And I don't know. I don't want to come off like on my high horse saying you should be friends with everyone. But I definitely think it's like I think everybody's worth a shot.
You should have a kid. Once you have a kid, you will be shocked at how quickly that mode switches to just like the plane is going down and you're throwing friends off like weighty cargo, just trying to keep some semblance of a social life afloat. Yeah. You will be surprised how quickly that changes.
Well, okay.
Well, there you go.
Trust
Give
me.
it a shot.
Give it a shot. What could it hurt?
Y'all want to know Yahoo?
Sure.
I'll make it a quick one. So we can
make it a quick.
I'll make it a quick one so we can get to that money zone. My favorite part of the show. The
that
money part of it.
Tasty money zone.
This one was sent in by, game recognize that goddamn game again, Rachel Sperling. Thank you. It's by Yahoo Answers user Snuggly Duckling, who asks, if you could recolor an animal, what would you recolor and to what color?
Okay, hold on.
Okay, give me one more time.
If you could recolor an animal, and what would you recolor and to what color? Let me hit you guys just because I know you're percolating. I've had some time to percolate already. I would probably...
By the way, a quick bit of my brother made trivia.
Okay.
When one of us says, can you read it again just so I can try to... That means we weren't listening.
Correct. I
Okay,
was checking
that's
my
nice.
Facebook messages.
Oh, terrific.
They're
at
pretty
least it was,
important.
At least it was something like important, yeah, not something like completely menial
That shit wouldn't wait.
and meaningless. I would do alligators, I think, because I've never seen an alligator and been like, perfect. You know what I mean? Every time
Can
I
I
see an
say-
alligator, it's like your shit looks like kind of modeled, and I'm not like super crazy about it. And that goes for
Okay,
like
what would you change-
the stark white ones with like the red eyes. Fuck that. Fuck those guys.
What would you change it to?
What about like bright, like cherry red, like a hot, like
extinct.
flaming
They're
red?
extinct. Just like that, they're extinct.
Why?
They've lost their natural camouflage that they use in the swamps to hunt. They're bright and obvious. You just killed all the alligators.
What's killing alligators? What? Hey, can I ask a question? Other than hippos, which, as we all know, can swallow alligators whole, what's killing alligators?
They
They're
die of
fucking
starvation.
starving, Griffin, because
Starving, Griffin.
everything's like, doodly-doo. Oh, hey, there's a fucking bright red alligator over there. I'm
Hey,
just
we
going
see
to
you
move
100
over
miles
here.
away.
It's just
we're
gonna have to work. Oh, it's just gonna have to work a little bit harder on it. And honestly, guys, if we're being honest, I think that reducing the population of alligators, I think it's time that somebody took them down a peg.
Just to be clear,
Yeah, sure.
you want to thin the alligator herd to a smaller, more refined crop of bright red super hunters.
Yeah.
That's what you want. You
Yeah,
want the
because
real
that's the problem.
Corvette of murderers.
You're out you're out on the golf course in the Keys, right? And you see an alligator and your day's fucking ruined, right? My solution is to reduce the alligator population by about 90%, so you're going to have way less of those encounters. But when you do encounter an alligator, you're dead.
Oh, that's one of Griffin's bright red super killer alligators. They're perfect hunters, and they will eat fucking anything.
Okay, and for those people, I'm sorry. Yeah, I fucked you. I fucked you real good. I fucked you right in that gator's mouth is what I did. But
You improve things.
But for the millions of lives that I helped by reducing the number of alligator sightings on the golf courses in the Keys, those people paid a lot of money for tea time. They are going to have themselves a really great day drinking their shandy out on the holes. And then maybe one of them gets eaten by a super gator. But for those other people, a clean, a very calm golfing session. And that's my gift to the world. You're welcome.
You know what mine would be?
What's that?
I would make all spiders really bright, glow in the dark.
Okay. So sort of the same principle a little bit?
Yeah, because I fucking hate spiders, and I'd really like to know if they were on me
Where they are.
in the dark.
See, for me, ignorance is bliss vis-a-vis spiders. I know they're everywhere. I live in Texas. There are fucking scorpions here. And them and the spiders are just fighting constantly a secret war in my yard. I would kind of not... I feel like if that happened, Travis, your room would be iridescent because there's spiders like secretly everywhere.
Well, don't tell me that, Griffin, because I need to sleep again or I'll die.
Yeah, if you don't sleep, you will die. Yeah, sure. I'm just saying that it would also make it hard to sleep if, glowing spiders everywhere would...
But they wouldn't be everywhere because I would spend 3 sleepless days murdering them.
Yeah. All of them in the world or just sort of in your house?
If that's what it took.
Okay. Justin, you got any ideas?
I'm not going to sit here and play God.
Oh, okay. You think God got it in one?
Absolutely. I mean, like, over time, we've evolved a very fragile ecosystem. I think man's done enough damage there without me fucking making pandas green. Like, I think that it's just fine.
No, I think
fine.
we can all agree. I'm with Justin to a certain extent. I think God got it right for a lot of animals. Pandas wouldn't change a thing actually. There, I think that's optimal cuddliness. A capybara, perfect. I'm super into like the flavor that they're bringing. I'm just saying, like, if let's have fun with it, Justin. We're in the Imagisphere now.
Okay, what if you change the bald eagle? Because it's already America's symbol. But
I see.
It's a little boring. What if you change it to like jet black with like red neon eyes and maybe like some tracers like along the bottom, like some neon
And a
tracers
couple
right
LEDs
down.
on its like around its.
Well, what about
on there?
on its under
A few woofers and tweeters.
and on its belly a bright yellow patch of feathers that looks like a dick, and when he flies over, it's like, I got you.
And everybody salutes that dick.
Everyone
saw
salutes.
it.
That's America's dick.
Man, Justin, I thought for sure you were gonna say red, white, and blue.
Nah.
That's like America's like whole color scheme.
Yeah, that's like. But
No,
like,
instead it sounds like you made it German colors. Red, yellow, and black.
if it's red, white, and blue, you get it in front of a flag, and it's like, where did it go?
Yeah,
that's its natural camouflage.
Yeah,
It's camouflage.
That's how
hiding
it
in front
hunts.
of American flags.
yeah, and it eats NASCAR patrons.
It's the sacrifice we got to make to freedom.
Listen, Phil, I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times, I'm not doing any more NASCAR races in Florida. Places infested by camouflage.
Supergators and dick eagles.
Supergators and dick eagles everywhere.
When was the last time you slept, Frank? I can't. The spiders.
Yeah, there's glowing spiders everywhere.
Okay, well, you're going to take a short sabbatical, Frank. Supergators Supergators, the Dick Eagles, they're everywhere.
They would, of course, be natural enemies, right? I mean,
Supergator versus Dick Eagle this Friday on the Sci-Fi Channel.
This is actually it's a funny coincidence. Justin, Travis, and I all went to Huntington High School, the mascot of which was the Supergator. And our rivals at Cabell Midland, a bunch of Dick Eagles over there is what they were.
Bunch of Dick Eagles.
That
Their mascot was, of course.
Ooh, not a lot of people liked going to those games.
Let's go. I got a text this morning from my dear friend Tommy Red. We met the day before first grade started outside of his dad's house. And I got a text from Tommy this morning, my dear oldest friend in the world, Tommy Red. Well, not my oldest, because Eric, well, anyway. Got a text from Tommy Red today that said, got back from Texas today to find my MeUndies arrived. These things are no joke. They have lived up to the hype and make my junk look amazing.
And he's a big man. He's a big man. He's 12 and a half feet
And
tall.
girth-wise, he's got a giant penis.
He's huge. But
Wow.
Tommy Red says that MeUndies are no joke, and I'm here to tell you that they are super, super great. The best underwear you will ever wear are MeUndies. They are that's all they do. That's what they're dedicated to. They want comfortable underwear that fit great, don't ride up on you, and literally pull moisture away from your skin so you're cool all day long. This morning I woke up, all my MeUndies were dirty. I put on some let's just call them off-brand underwear. The first thing I did as soon as I hoisted the waistband up around my navel, I vomited onto the ground because I hated the sensation so much. It was so displeasurable to me.
Yeah, sure.
Miserable.
You know, I'm going to say this. I think they would make excellent Valentine's Day presents.
Oh, for sure. Oh my God, yeah. I guess it's tantamount to sort of like getting somebody lingerie that you yourself is going to wear. You get some MeUndies. This is functional, practical lingerie, all day lingerie for whatever genitals you're bringing to the table.
It's the lingerie that says, this is actually for you. This isn't like for me to enjoy on you. This is for you. You're welcome.
It's for both of you because you're going to look
for
better.
you and your genitals.
You're going to feel better. You're going to smell better. I don't want to get blue, but there's an odor problem.
If you were to buy underwear of this quality, normally they would cost you twice as much as they cost you at MeUndies. But they're not going to do that. They've got no middleman, so that's more savings for you. But get this, they're going to get even cheaper, okay? Go to MeUndies.com/mybrother, and you're going to get 20% off your first order and free shipping. And you can save even more when you buy a pack of them.
So there.
I recently went through my underwear drawer, and there was a great reckoning. Mostly socks related, because my sock game, guys, not on point. I had socks that I've had since college, and they're
That's a true mark of maturity when you look at a grimy, hole-plagued sock, and you think,
Oh, yeah.
I don't have to wear this.
These were socks in name only. They were more like sort of like craft materials at this point. And there was a reckoning. There was a purge, and now I have freed up more space to fill with beautiful, functional, practical, dare I say, sexy MeUndies.
Say it.
They're sexy.
Sexy.
20% off. Go to MeUndies.com/mybrother.
Listen, folks, Valentine's Day is next week, and that means one thing.
Or if you're
Time
listening to this in March, Valentine's Day was 3 weeks ago and you missed it.
Yeah, or if you're listening to this in 2028.
Valentine's Day was a fixed point in time, okay? At some point coming up soon now as we record this, and that means one thing. It's time to bulk up the fiction of your secret Canadian girlfriend or boyfriend.
Okay.
Pete, you've been telling him about this this man or woman for quite some time. All your coworkers don't believe they exist. Well, now's the time to really support it with some evidence. Have you listened to Serial? Mm-hmm. It's pretty.
That's
good.
what this is about, right?
So listen, how are you gonna do that? Well, you're gonna get 100 blooms of love with a free glass vase for just $19.99. You can help bulk up the fiction of your secret Canadian boyfriend or girlfriend that you swear exists.
Mike Myers got me those. We're dating.
Oh, Yeah, these are from
did you-
Colby Smulders.
Did you even see Love Guru? Because that man in that movie,
Dude, do you
got me
even
these
guru?
flowers. Dude, do you guru at all? That movie
Look
was
at you.
great.
You can add gourmet chocolates and a stuffed bear for just $9.99.
Do you realize what a deal? I mean, in all seriousness, that's a deal.
Listen, the flowers definitely, the stuffed bear, great. When you get home to that cold, lonely apartment and the fiction dissolves around you like so much cotton candy.
A fiction
in the
that
mouth
even
of
you bought into. It was
a
so
fiction that
convincing.
you yourself bought into.
Yeah, Mike Myers would love me.
You're gonna need those chocolates. You're gonna say $9.99, well spent.
And then you'll realize that Mike Myers doesn't love you or anyone.
As you watch Shrek 3 and jerk off into a hat.
Your Mike Myers hat that folds up the brim and it's like a fold-up pop out of Wayne's World.
How's our advertisement? These are some weird bullet points.
Finally, we'll
We're
find
just
out
reading
about-
what's written here.
This is just word for word.
Jerk, let me see. Imaginary Canadian boyfriend, yeah, jerk off into a hat. Yeah, guys, we're good. You want to move on?
Yeah, so far, so good. Here's how you get it, though. Listen, you're going to go to proflowers.com and you're going to use the code MYBROTHER. There's a blue microphone when you go to proflowers.com. There's a blue microphone in the top right corner. You're going to click on that and type in my brother.
We guarantee you're going to feel like an all-star as you look at these flowers and jerk off into your Shrek hat.
They
good deal,
arrive,
though.
they arrive
deal.
fresh, and they are guaranteed to last 7 days or more. And they do. They're amazing.
They do. All joking aside, we actually have some in our house now from Pro Flowers, and it's like, I don't know. It's the most beautiful flowers I've ever had in a home that I owned. They're just, I mean, even if you don't want to, do it as a romantic gesture, they are just sort of nice to have around. I didn't think I was a plants guy, but I am genuinely enjoying this flora.
Go to proflowers.com, click on the blue microphone, and type in my brother.
Have you guys heard about commingle.io?
Let's assume that I have not, and you tell me about it, because that's what
Okay.
they paid for.
Let me tell you about it, Travis.
Holy shit on a
They-
Ritz.
I want to tell you about their flagship product, the mod.
Okay.
The mod is...
Is it like a video game?
I feel so lucky. I feel like I need to refund these people's money and pay them more money.
They have given us the gift of these wonderful words you're about to hear.
I'm just going to read this for bucking Vatum. Okay?
Did you say verbucking beta?
Yeah, we got it.
Oh man, okay.
Verbatim. Okay.
Did
Listen,
someone
the mod-
reset Justin?
The mod is a. Let me get Bocephus in here. He can handle
Nope,
this.
no, I don't want to
The
hear
mod
Bocephus
is
say
a
this.
multi-vibrating, open-source dildo platform.
Yes.
It's powerful, pure body safe silicone, gender neutral, and you can control it with any kind of sensor you want. For instance, squeezing, thrusting motions, music, cameras, paddles, Geiger counters, head massagers, breathing, and your pulse. I would suggest an EMF ghost detector. Might be great. A great idea for that.
I'm actually gonna
Those are
stick
some
with
of
the
the inputs.
I'm gonna stick with the Geiger counter just because I just want to make sure everything's real safe up there.
Can you set it like an alarm to wake you up in the morning?
That you can let your toy react to a sexy situation with you or your partner. What about that talk boy that you bought when Home Alone 2 came out and now it controls a dildo?
Can you set it that like it reacts to Everybody Loves Raymond in some way?
Yes.
Bop it, twist it, ram jam it, right up in it. Now twist it.
Is the pizza here yet? Oh, there's the doorbell. It's here. Whoa.
Hold on, I got
Whoa,
my
pizza's
Domino's.
here.
I got my
I didn't
Domino's
hear
pizza,
anything. No,
Got my-
it's probably here.
Got my Domino's pizza tracker synced up with my dildo. Just waiting for it to go to quality check and. Thank you, Derek.
Thank you, Mike Myers.
When that garage door opens, so do I.
Yeah. Oh man, what a wonderful product, the mod.
What a fucking the best product ever.
At commingle.io.
So go visit comingle.io and you can contribute to their Indiegogo campaign and purchase your own mod dildo while supplies last. Now it says mod dildo, but that's multi-vibrating open source dildo. And I don't think that's what so the mod is the name of the dildo.
Yeah, the mod. Yeah, whenever anybody says the word mod from now on, I'll just think it's a open source dildo platform.
I got a message for Corey, and it's from Andrew.
Is it Corey or because they phonetically spelled it Corey?
Okay, let me try that. I got a message for Corey from Andrew. There's an exclamation point at the end. Hi and hello, it's me, Andrew. It's been a delightful year getting to know you and young Cooper over whiskey tea, sleepy music, and cat puzzles. Here's to another like real humans, smooches. I love you a whole bunch. Happy anniversary from this lightning horse and the three brothers to the sweetest cloud banger he could ask for, pear syrup. Guys,
stop with the coded messages. Just whatever happened to
predictability.
I know.
The milkman, the paper boy.
Yeah. I loved step by step.
Our cat puzzles when cats are wrapped around each other and you have to figure out a way to get them untangled.
Yeah, I love doing those at Cracker Barrel while you're waiting for your table to open up.
And if you're left with three cats, you're an ignoramus.
I think it's when a cat traps you.
I think Agnew Ray meows.
I think it's when a cat traps you in a deadly game, and you have to prove how much you want to be alive by grievously injuring yourself.
Yeah, like Dr. Claw used to do to Inspector Gadget.
That's a fucked up show.
It was a fucked up show. He was a giant cat, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Happy anniversary.
So happy anniversary, Cody.
I always thought that Dr. Claw was like just a bunch of cats in a person's suit. We can talk about it off mic.
Hey everybody, I'm Emily.
And I'm Lisa.
We co-host Baby Geniuses every other Monday on Maximum Fun.
We interview comedians, musicians, cartoonists, circus clowns, and experts in the field of
vacations, the afterlife, cool recipes, self-improvement, fashion, candy, beach boys, girls, turtles, plot twists, women, dating, fitness, presidents, hair removal, conflict resolution, Santa, meditation, babies, modern dinosaurs, bullying, crop circles, the Beatles, middle-aged men, experts, teens, life hacking, rhyming, baby talk, personal organization, the name Dexter, Frasier, extreme eating, groceries, being a best friend, movement, jam, art education, America's Funniest Home Videos, stockbroking, spooky stories, genealogy, riddles, Pinterest, IT, magic, revenge, mothering, dogs, ayahuasca, Hollywood legends, street racing, fitting in, celebrity sex, the occult, personal training, the ocean, Dennis the Menace, modern poetry, sugar gliders, Jimmy Buffett, Franks, The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, Mountain Dew, theme park safety, dinner parties, butterflies, raccoons, pasta shaves, and Bob Dylan. Join us every other Monday.
Yay!
My girlfriend's cat is getting old. That's really the next question. So here it is. My girlfriend's cat is getting old, and recently she's decided to make my girlfriend's bed her home. This has greatly impacted our love making.
Oh, great.
The cat does not enjoy being moved from her bed, and she scratches at the door if we do. This is distracting during the act and damaging the door. Should we accept that we will have an audience going forward, or is there another solution? This is from Joey.
Joey. Nice. Shut up,
Joey?
cat.
Nice.
No, Joey, you're doing great. Joey, I'm just sitting over here really appreciating what you're doing. Cat, please stop.
Cat, would you please
Just be cool.
Hey, Socks, would you mind keeping it down for like a minute?
No, I'm just saying that you're doing great.
You're doing great.
I don't know how humans do it, but you seem to be crushing it.
Good moves, Joey.
Can
She seems to be enjoying it as well.
This is like an amazing rarity for our show. I actually have.
I don't want to hear like your sex stories.
No, not a sex thing.
Another Justin sexcapade.
I have so many to tell about, but this is not one of those. We had a problem where the cats would always want to get into our room while we were asleep, but I don't like to them rolling around in there because I'm a very light sleeper. So here is the actual solution that we have been using for years, and it actually works like a charm. I bought a baby gate, and I lean it up against the door. When we go to sleep, I put the baby gate in front of the door to our bedroom, and they can't claw at the door. It's amazing, and it's a brilliant solution to your problem. Congratulations, it's been fixed.
Assuming your cat weighs 65 pounds and can't negotiate a baby gate.
No, it doesn't work out. Amelia doesn't do it either. We're in the clear. You put the baby gate up, the cat's not going to scratch the door. You can sleep. Don't sleep. I mean, make love, and then when you get older, sleep. No matter what you want to do. Oh my God,
make love. You have to do it as much as you can right now, because pretty soon. Yeah. That Cecil won't do that. Cecil learned how to scream. Motherfucker don't meow anymore. He just yells. Hey! That's him. Outside the door. Hey!
I want to watch your love making.
Hey, wait, no, there. Hey! I I love him, but boy howdy.
But Booboonanny.
He makes a Booboonanny like all the time, scratching at the door, and I'm trying to make Nanny Boo Boo in the bedroom.
Don't get those twisted.
Oh my God, no! I mean, sometimes you can make a Booboonanny while you're making a Nanny Boo Boo. If you
But
know
do
what I'm
not
saying.
make Nanny Boo Boo while you're making a Booboonanny.
No, holy shit! How would you even do that? I don't even know. So, are you slipping and falling and having an accident on this? Whoa, we're sexing. Do you guys want Yahoo?
Sure. Yeah.
This Yahoo was sent in by level 5000 Drew Shaman, Drew Davenport. Thank you, Drew. It's by Yahoo Answers user Charissa Lozano. Who asks, is it weird that I'm attracted to Transformers?
Yes.
Okay, I recently watched
Next
Transformers.
question.
I recently watched Transformers 4, and I started to notice that I find Prime, the enemy, I don't know what he's called, and especially Bumblebee attractive, even though they are like machines and not ever real, but I just find them sexy. I feel like it's weird, but I can't help it. Bumblebee is hot to me. Bumblebee is hot to me.
Listen, I like to be cool with a lot of stuff.
And this is no exception. Thank you,
This
Travis.
is
You're
no
right.
exception.
It's
Correct,
time to.
Travis. You know, there's. Here's my question.
It's not
Is
objective
this-
sexuality if they can move around and talk and shit. Is that what you're
That's
gonna ask?
okay. That's what. Well,
Yeah,
okay.
it's not.
Are you attracted to them when they're in car form? Because that's object sexuality. If you're attracted to them in robot form, that's a whole other thing.
I don't
right?
know that.
Can
I don't know that that's accurate, Justin. Because
No,
if
because
you-
they're sentient.
Who is the car boy who, when he eats spicy food, he turns into a car?
Hot Rod.
Hot Rod.
Hot Rod. If you fuck Hot Rod's Hot Rod while he's a hot rod, is that objective sexuality, or are you having sex with the? I think it's a
was-
man in the car.
It was not Hot Rod. It was Turbo Teen, Travis.
Turbo Teen.
I don't
Asshole.
know. You're the one who knows about the show. I just answered
Yeah, but
first.
then why did you answer wrongly for him?
Because I like to buzz in, Griffin.
I know you do. That's why you have negative 86,000 Jeopardy dollars.
But I'll get there.
I've been keeping a running total for as long as we've been doing the show. Turbo Teen, you fuck him in car form. I think you just have man sex.
This whole question would be way less weird to me if okay, imagine we lived in a world in which there really were Transformers and people were attracted to them and they were like a real life thing that you could like walk out on the street and see. Okay, but like they're CGI in a movie, that's weird. That's weird to me.
Bumblebee can't even. Bumblebee's the one that doesn't talk, right?
Yeah, Bumblebee has the radio.
Bumblebee just has the radio, right? He doesn't talk. So, like, the one that you want to fuck the most is the one that is still a special magic robot that can transform into a big robot or into a car, but doesn't have the fucking personality of like a sentient thing. It's just you're fucking Spotify at that point. You're fucking Robo Spotify.
Fellow Max Fun podcast, The Flophouse, just did Transformers: Age of Extinction, which is an excellent episode. And in it, they make an excellent point, which is that there are robots, there are Transformers that like have weird chain beards, and are like, and it's like, wait, hold on, you can choose whatever form you turn into. Like this is,
I don't think that's 100% true, though.
you don't think so? Like that they can't like, because they choose what vehicle they're going to turn into.
Right.
I don't know that they're. I think it's just whatever vehicle is closest when they reach Earth and interact with the Allspark, right?
Oh, God.
Immediately after arriving in a new world, in its transition form, a transformer begins trans-scanning to choose and generate a new exostructure / disguise appropriate to both its size / body mass and its new locale.
That's
so
fucked up, though.
So a transition form of a transformer is really basically. It's almost like a comet. It's like a protoform stage transformer,
Right.
That is engineered for travel. So once it lands on Earth, it finds a new exostructure / disguise appropriate to both its size / body mass and its new locale. I don't know why, if you could choose to be like when you land on Earth, if you could choose to be like a Pontiac or maybe an Eagle
Or a fucking
like, I don't-
1970 AMC Gremlin. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
Now
Like,
I'm
I
a
don't think you
Gremlin.
get-
I'm a fucking Yugo. Awesome.
I don't think you get hung up on like. I think you have bigger fish to fry than gender roles. Like I don't think you need to worry about it.
I'm sorry, Justin. I hate to throw a wrench into the works, if you will, But Bumblebee does change his car shape in the first movie because he's an old beat up car, and it's like, oh, there's a nicer car.
The movies are not canonical,
and he
though.
scans it.
There is a lot of evidence to suggest that they're quickly able to adopt new forms. So how permanent a Transcan's alternate form becomes, as well as how easily a Transformer can scan and adopt a new one.
Like, why is Barry still
It's open to debate.
Why is Barry still a fucking Dodge Dart?
Now, I do have to say, if you want to get into the novels, like if you get the prequel novel Ghost of Yesterday, Bumblebee transforms
okay.
like really fast.
But is any
Starscream.
humans fucking Bumblebee is the question. We have gotten so wildly spun out into
They
this
also,
whole universe.
on the Flophouse, they also theorize, and I really enjoyed, that when a human is driving one of the cars, the Transformers in car form, since they are self-propelled and do not need a person, that they're basically, the steering wheel is like their clitoris. And they get huge sexual sexual pleasure.
You know
out
what,
of
guys? Just go listen to that one.
It's way
tune
better
out
than
of-
us.
Yeah.
I think I would want to fuck Vibrato.
Vibrato, the modular dildo bot. Well, that's
Doesn't
weird.
do a
The
lot
rest
as
of
far
us-
as like fighting evil, but
Yeah. The rest of us turn into cars, Vibrato, and you turn into a modular, top of the line, fully modern, fully Wi-Fi
gender
dildo.
neutral.
You turned into a gender-neutral, body-safe silicone Wi-Fi dildo. How did you? I didn't even know we could do that. Yeah, I just believed in myself, I guess. I came down and I landed next to a top-of-the-line modern
I guess I just had faith in myself and I knew I
landed
could
next
do
to
it.
a modern space dildo while I was in my transition phase. I trans-scanned it and said, that looks pretty tight. So yeah, now I turn into a dildo. Wait, but like you're way bigger than the dildo, so like when you transform, like a lot of your stuff shrinks down. Yeah,
I had
guys,
to cut
again,
off my
I'm
arms.
telling you, I don't understand the technology of it. I just sort of compact down and I become this new space-age super dildo. And it's
Autobots, roll out. Wait, hold on. Has anyone seen Vibrato? He hasn't been around. Like, has
God,
he transformed back in a while?
I love this modular dildo I just bought, but goddamn, I wish it could turn into a 2-story tall robot while I have it plug deep in my ass. Oh God, here it comes! I'm dead now, of course, but
Here I do too.
I'm dead now, of course, but wow, that was the ultimate orgasm. My body was torn asunder, but as it rained down, it was orgasming. So
Now, listen, guys, I just want to make something real clear. I'm not going to get into the whole war with the Decepticons and the whatever. I'm not choosing side. Autobots, roll out. Nah,
I can't really roll. I guess if you put me on like a steep enough hill and I'm in, the proper modular phase, I will roll.
No,
Some
just
people
turning back into a robot, Vibrato.
No, I'm actually kind of cool as is.
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting like ram jammed on the regs, so like I'm actually pretty cool with it. But thank you, good luck being a fire truck and stuff, or whatever it is you guys do out there.
And there is a scene in the first movie where Bumblebee pees onto John Turturro, so that would indicate that they do have some kind of genitalia set up.
John Turturro Robot Watersports. That's the best Google search string I think I've ever conceived.
That's somebody's fetish. You see that and it turns you on. You're like, oh no.
I can only finish when a 2-story robot urinates on John Turturro, and it's got to be different every time.
There is not going to be and then you get on the internet, you're like, oh, thank goodness. There's literally infinite web pages devoted to exactly this.
You go to his IMDb page. Does a robot piss on John Turturro in Barton Fink? No, God.
You might
damn
like Barton Fink. You might like, and then it just lists the 10 other John Turturro movies in which he gets urinated by a 2-story robot. Rounders.
Fading Gigolo? Maybe?
Mr. Deeds.
He does
think
get urinated on Mr. Deeds, but it's more of like a metaphysical urination.
I think in Adam Sandler's like movie making contract, it's a law that a robot has to pee on someone, and if a robot's gonna pee on someone in your movie, you might as well get the best.
Folks, this has been our podcast.
We went an hour, and I was like, we're not going to get a title for this episode. And then John Turturro Robot Watersports popped up, and it was like, hey, everything's going to be all right.
I'm here now. Thanks for listening to our show. So we still, if in case you missed this news, we have expanded the venue for our upcoming live show in Chicago on April 5th, right? April 5th? Yeah. On April 5th, we are in the Athenaeum Theater. There are some tickets still available for that. We sold a ton. Thank you, Chicago. It's already going to be our biggest show ever. So thank you
I'm a barf.
so much.
I'm thinking about it now, and I'm a barf.
Yeah. So thank you. If you want to get tickets to that, it's bit.ly/MBMBAM Chicago. And we have tickets to our Milwaukee show, too. That's selling out fast. I think it's about 80% gone. So if you've been waiting to get tickets, make sure you get them real quick. And what is that, Trav? What's the address?
I want to say that's bit.ly/MBMBAMMIL.
That's right.
Okay, cool.
We have live shows coming up. We have 2 live shows this weekend. One in LA, one in San Francisco. We're very, very excited to see all of our California buddies again. Send in your questions, please, and send in your Yahoos. We're getting a lot because we're doing 2 shows back to back. If I could can I take a minute, you guys?
Sure.
Do you mind if I have a minute here? Because it's time for the annual MBMBaM. Maybe check those Yahoos before you send them in announcement. The courtesy announcement in which I annually just ask people to keep those Yahoos civil a little bit. That maybe if you have like a really great one about like incest, maybe you go ahead and keep that one in the garbage where it belongs. Maybe if you have one about like tricking somebody into eating period blood, maybe you just put that one right back in the garbage. And then you burn that garbage forever. It was a pretty rowdy week in the inbox. A lot of really upsetting stuff that I was exposed to, and am now a different and one would say worse person, just sort of across the board. Thank you all for sending in those Yahoos. I know it takes time to dig for them, but just like if while you're digging you hit an incest turd, don't touch it. Leave it there. Or tell like a waste management professional about it.
I also want you to know, I'm just going to, real quick, I'm putting a moratorium for the time being on how do I deal with terrible coworker questions. Because we have done a ton of those and we get a ton of them a lot. I understand that coworkers are terrible, but just know that if you submit those questions, it's probably going to be a while before one of them makes it on the show. If you've listened to the show in like previous episodes and you hear a question similar to the question you want to ask within like the last 40 episodes, chances are it'll probably not make it on the show. We love really unique and like specific questions to your situation, so those kinds of things usually have a better shot.
We've been in this fucking game for like 12 years now, so there's not a lot of ground we haven't uncovered.
And that's not us chastising, by the way. I mean, it's no skin off our nose.
Yeah.
We just want to get as many people to get questions on the show as humanly possible. I want to thank MeUndies for supporting our podcast. Go to MeUndies.com/mybrother and you're going to get 20% off your first order. And right now you get free shipping, so that's a deal.
And one more thing about sending questions. It's probably none of you, but sending questions to mbmbam@gmail.com is like the worst way to get a hold of Jesse Thorne. We get a lot of questions. They're like, hey, Jesse, we don't like, he doesn't check those. He doesn't work for us. So,
and you should also send those to mbmbam@maximumfun.org. What's maximumfun.org, you ask? Well, that's a podcast family with a lot of great shows. We talked about the Flophouse this week. We've got our D&D family fantasy adventure epic with our dad, the Adventure Zone, medical history podcast called Sawbones that I do with my wife Sydney, who's a physician, and then Travis does a show called Bunker Buddies with his buddy Andy, and they talk about disaster scenarios and how you can survive them. There's a lot of non-McElroy related programming there too, like Jordan Jesse Go and Bullseye, a great pop culture show you should be listening to. Judge John Hodgman with our friend
John Hodgman.
John Hodgman.
It's kind of like right there.
And a lot of people wonder, how do you get to maximumfun.org? Well, you just go to booboonanny.com.
Did you fucking
lead
you have a child that you have to support financially. You have to stop spending all your goddamn money on jokey joke web domains that redirect to MBMBaM, but don't stop doing it because I love it and it's my favorite thing about you.
Okay, I just want to make sure that you do in fact love it. You can also access that through fartpatrol.com or mysmoothface.com.
Oh my god, you did Booboonanny.
I want to go.
Can I tell you something though? By registering Booboo-nanny.com. And by registering Booboonanny, Justin, can I say something?
What?
That was not a Booboonanny.
Yeah, thanks.
That was a sound decision. Once that phrase has fully seeded this earth, I can't wait to hear like how it is translated into different languages. That's going to be very exciting for me as its progenitor. I think that web domain is just going to sort of skyrocket.
You can also follow us on Twitter at MBMBaM, at the Zonecast is our Adventure Zone Twitter, at Travis McElroy, at Griffin McElroy, at Justin McElroy. Subscribe to our videos on YouTube. We put up, along with like easily shareable, just little 2 to 5 minute video clips. We also put up some really, really great animated shorts by Tyler Crowley that are just amazing. And then you can also rate and review us on iTunes. It helps bump us up the iTunes charts and kind of gets us just a little bit more attention from people who only listen to the top 10. You know who you are.
If you get a second, it would be huge if you could do us this one last favor. I know that we've been gone on for a while, but please go to podcastawards.com and vote for us in the comedy category, Sawbones in the health category, Bunker Buddies in the education category, and the Adventure Zone in the gaming category. And then vote for, God, you could put in tons of other great shows. Throwing Shade for GLBT, it should win. Like, don't be silly. Pop Rocket or Bullseye for culture and arts. There's lots of places they could fit.
You could
they're
throw
really
in
important.
Flophouse for entertainment.
Yeah, there's
movies
the really
and films.
Important one, movies and films. The really important one is that you vote for us. That's the super important thing. But please go do that.
Please do that. And thanks to John Roderick and the Long Winters for the use of our theme song. It's a departure off the album Putting the Days to Bed, which I assume everybody owns because we've told you to do that like 150 times now. Well, what are you?
And also thank you to you for listening.
Yeah, thank you. You guys are the best.
Finally,
that's gonna do it for us. Finally, Yahoo. Here it
This one was sent in by Game Organized Game. Rachel Sperling, thank you, Rachel. You fucking killed it with the hat trick. It's another football term. Thank you, Rachel. It's by Yahoo Answers user I, who asks, what animal is Sonic the Hedgehog?
I'm Justin McElroy.
I'm Travis McElroy.
I'm Griffin McElroy.
Are you ready for some football? Kiss your dad's squirm lips.
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture. Artist owned.
Listener supported.
I'm Jesse Thorne.
I'm Jordan Morris.
The federal government has millions of dollars in programs and opportunities that you need to seize today.
You're a taxpayer, right? Well, then you've got it coming.
Thanks to Uncle Sam, you can get grant programs for veterans,
postage stamps that'll ensure your mail gets there in a timely fashion,
fruit for you and your family,
childcare for your children that turns them into super soldiers.
Get $1 million to open your own lake,
useful power tools that are easy on your soft, delicate hands,
your own personal radioactive brick,
more sexual attention from everyone at the used bookstore,
Greyhound tickets,
soft, gentle kisses from TV's John Goodman,
a real narwhal,
athletic socks filled with stew,
a valuable pamphlet on millet,
your father's approval.
Don't wait, right now.
For all of this and more, drop us a line.
Jordan Jesse Go, 123 iTunes Street, or wherever you download podcasts.